Before there was light, before there was sound, before there was even time itself, there was only God. No space, no planets, no ticking of a clock, only the eternal, the unchanging, the all-wise Creator. It's hard for our human minds to grasp, isn't it? Everything we know has a beginning. The tallest mountains were formed, the oceans were carved, the stars were born. But God, He simply was. No beginning, no end, just pure, eternal existence. The ancient scriptures reveal this mystery. Psalm 90 says, "Before the mountains were born, before you brought forth the earth and the world, from everlasting to everlasting, you are God. Before the foundations of the world were laid, before the sun cast its first rays across the cosmos, God was there. Not idle, not incomplete, but whole, perfect, overflowing with wisdom, power, and love." It wasn't the silence of emptiness. It was the fullness of His eternal being. And within God existed wisdom. Not something He discovered, not something He earned, but part of His very nature. In the book of Proverbs, wisdom speaks, saying, "The Lord possessed me at the beginning of His work, before His deeds of old. I was appointed from eternity, before the world began." Imagine that. Before the first grain of sand, before the first heartbeat, wisdom stood beside God like a master craftsman, delighting in the beauty of creation, rejoicing in the works of His hands. Everything crafted with purpose, with intelligence, with love. And then it began. At God's command, the universe exploded into existence. Light pierced the darkness, galaxies swirled, stars blazed, worlds spun into orbit. On one small blue planet, the seas gathered, mountains stretched toward the skies, forests whispered with life. Every detail, precise. Every law of nature, perfect. Every living creature, designed with intention. And over it all, the signature of God's eternal wisdom. This wasn't random. It wasn't chaos. It was divine artistry. The same wisdom that existed before time, now shaping reality itself. And at the pinnacle of creation, God formed humanity. Not as an afterthought, not as a mistake, but as image bearers, reflections of His creativity, His intelligence, His wisdom. You and I, woven together by the same hands that sculpted the stars. Our minds capable of wonder, our hearts designed for love, our souls longing for the eternal. And yet, God's wisdom also knew we would wander, we would fall, we would need rescue. But here's the most breathtaking truth. Before time began, before the first sin, before the first tear, God had a plan. The Bible tells us that Christ was chosen before the foundation of the world. It wasn't reaction, it wasn't desperation, it was wisdom, eternal and unshakable. God's love prepared a way long before humanity ever took a breath, and that same wisdom still speaks today. It calls to you, it calls to me, inviting us to walk not in confusion, but in clarity. Not in fear, but in faith. Not chasing what fades, but holding on to what lasts forever. God's wisdom, eternal, steady, trustworthy, the book of Proverbs tells us The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Not fear like dread, but reverence, awe, trust. When we humble ourselves, when we acknowledge God as the one who existed before time, we begin to walk the path of wisdom. We begin to live with purpose that stretches beyond this life into eternity. So today, I ask you, are you walking with the one who was and is and always will be, the God who shaped the stars, who crafted your life, who holds all wisdom, and who loves you endlessly? Before time, there was God. Before creation, there was wisdom. And now, there is an invitation for you. Choose eternal wisdom and live for what truly lasts. Before time began, there was wisdom. Before the universe unfolded, there was purpose. And even now, in the middle of your story, that same wisdom is reaching out. You are not here by accident. There is more to this life than noise, than stress, than the temporary. There is truth, there is purpose, there is wisdom. If you believe in seeking that, if you long to walk in deeper understanding, you're not alone. This is the power of wisdom, a place to slow down, to reflect, and to rediscover what truly matters. So if you're ready to grow, to think deeply, and to live wisely, subscribe, join us, and together, let's walk the path of wisdom, the power of wisdom. Seek it, live it, share it.